name's Matt Crazy Arms Reed. I run the chess part of chess boxing here at London Chess Boxing at Islington Boxing Club every Saturday, 10 to 11:30. So what we do is we take a regular sort of boxer-size session, throw in a little bit more boxing techniques. We've got to get our guys and girls ready for their fights, and then I come in about every 5-10 minutes, teach a little bit of chess, get everybody to play each other, and try and get them to improve their chess.
Just for people who don't know, so what is the actual format of a fight? Because I'm assuming you've had a chess boxing fight. So how does that?
I have the world record for chess boxing fights. So
how many?
I have 32 as of October the 7th. So how it works is, let's just say I'm fighting you. So we basically start off with the chess part, okay? And on our clocks we've got 9 minutes each. So I've got 9 minutes and you've got 9 minutes. When it's my move, my time's ticking down. When it's your move, your time's ticking down. We're going to play for 3 minutes, okay? At the end of those 3 minutes, probably I haven't checkmated you, and hopefully you haven't checkmated me. In which case we put our boxing gloves on, the board comes out of the ring, and then we fight. And
in the ring?
Oh, in the ring, absolutely. Right, and if we don't fight if I don't knock you out within 2 minutes and you don't knock me out within 2 minutes, the same board comes back into the ring and we play chess for another 3 minutes. And we're going to rinse, we're going to repeat until I either checkmate or knock you out. Or you do the same to me. We get like 400 people to a show, and what we do is we put our headphones on so we can't hear what's going on, so we can't get distracted by the crowd. We can't hear what's going on, but the commentary team can make the audience aware, because chess is quite a difficult game to understand. You know, it just looks like some pieces being moved around the board, but actually there's a strategy, there's a reasoning behind people why they're doing that. There's threats, there's opportunities. So we have a grandmaster commentary team who basically, they come in, they try and explain it in a dumbed down way so that the audience can understand. At least with the boxing you kind of know the guy that's getting hit is losing and the guy that's doing the hitting is winning, so it's a little bit easier. But we can't hear any of that. All we can hear is some really bad music. Justin Bieber's Baby, that sort of thing. Right. There is a way that if you can't knock out and you can't checkmate, and if you run out of time in the chess but there's not enough material on the chessboard to checkmate, then it will go to a referee's decision. We don't have judges ringside, we just rely on our one referee in the ring. A guy called Ronaldo Dominguez, a former Cuba double world champion at junior level. He's come over to the UK, he's absolutely awesome and completely impartial. I've tried to bribe him, hasn't worked, so I'm pretty sure he's a fair ref.
Did you say it started in the Netherlands, right?
Yeah, it started with a Dutch guy who was living in Germany. He was what you'd call a performance artist. He created this idea of chess boxing. I think he was taking a lot of drugs at the time. Ipa was a lovely guy, but yeah, he just sort of thought it was a great performance piece to try and get he was a bit more sort of going for the ultimate athlete, not just brawn but brains as well. That was his idea. Now, being British, we've taken that, we've ridiculed it, we've added alcohol, and we've come up with our own version, which is far more entertaining. Because if you look at me, you certainly don't think alpha male. And that's what I'm trying to get over, is that we look after characters here, and we really want everybody to try it. But trust me, if you want to win a title, you definitely have to become a little bit more alpha, because it is very much.
So who's the middleweight champion in the minute then? Who's the top of your tree?
There's a very good guy called Martin Kamerling from the Netherlands. He's about 6'4", again my weight, so I have a slight height advantage, but my word is he fit.
Have you ever gone for the title? Have you gone for like
no. I class myself as a gatekeeper. I'm more quantity over quality, so I have more fights, but not necessarily at the higher level. So what I tend to do is I tend to fight the guys that are having their first or second fights.
So it's like a journeyman, but in chess boxing.
But if I can win, then realistically they're not going to go much further in their chess boxing careers. They're very unlikely to challenge for titles unless they're very new and they really want to work at it. But realistically, if they can beat me, then they've got great things ahead of them, because they might be able to challenge for a title. But yeah, Martin's way out of my league. He's about 15 years younger, and he's got abs and all these things that you really shouldn't have. So
the Gatekeeper is a great nickname as well. I like that. Maybe that's Crazy Arms Gatekeeper or something.
I'm going to stick with Crazy Arms. It's got brand recognition now.
Nice. And what's your record then? So you're active at the minute as well?
Yeah, I fought on October the 7th. I beat a guy called Pete the Heat Keatley. When I say I beat him, I checkmated him at the end of the third chess round. The boxing did not go well for me, I'm not going to lie. You can catch the fight on YouTube, just Google it. Yeah, I got battered in the first round. I thought I'd broken a rib, but actually it was only very bruised, as I found out afterwards. Struggled, held on, had to survive 1-8 count in the second round. And if I hadn't have checkmated literally when I did in the end of the third chess round, I wouldn't have survived another boxing round. The thing is I'm getting quite old now. Boxing is definitely a young man's game, so if you're in your 20s or even your 30s, think about giving chess boxing a go. When you're sort of mid-40s, you should definitely think about giving up chess boxing, but it's a bit like a drug and I love it, so I haven't given it up yet.
So do you get in like the chess boxing scene people who are basically amazing at chess and then they just sort of survive in the ring, and then because if you checkmate I guess you can just win, right? And then vice versa, someone who's an amazing boxer but shit at chess, but then they get in and just try and knock you out instantly.
We had that, so I'm normally the guy that tries to survive in the boxing to win on the chess. We had a new guy called Delhi who tried the opposite. He did improve his chess dramatically, but he wasn't the strongest chess player going into his fight, and he was just trying for a knockout. He managed to win on the chess unbelievably, mainly because he had basically hit and exhausted his opponent so much over the rounds that the guy couldn't even think straight. So even though he was the weaker chess player, he actually managed to win on the chess. And then we actually had another fight where the much weaker chess player, the much stronger boxer, managed to win by basically stoppage, TKO. So it basically takes all types. I would say that we tend to match on weight and on ability. So realistically, you can't come in just with one element of the game. You need to have at least some chess or some box. We're still quite new in terms of we haven't been going that many years, but we do have British title weight holders, European title weight holders, world title weight holders. So in terms of world heavyweight holders, in terms of weight categories, we have everything going like that. We don't have a huge number of fighters. I think there's about 300 that have competed worldwide probably at the moment. And there's normally regular events. We had one in October, and then the week after the Italians had one. I believe there's one going to be happening in Germany relatively soon. The Dutch are looking to put one on, and actually a couple of the guys that are here today are from a British university that are going to try and put one on universities later on in this year. So there'll be an alternative place other than London, because at the moment if you want to watch chess boxing in the UK you've got to come to London, or you can watch online.
Have you got a fight coming up then at the minute?
No, there's a music festival being held in Norfolk in June that I might sign up for, which is going to be awesome because we are fighting by tractor light. So we're going to have all the audience on hay bales. We're fighting in a sort of a converted hay barn, and then the tractors are going to bring the lighting in because it's going to be a night fight. So that's probably going to be one of my last fights. That's what I'm looking at.
Nice. And did you say that after each session you go down to, you do more chess afterwards, is it, a cafe?
Absolutely right. There's a little Hamlet cafe just down on the archway on the Hornsey Road, and we just basically head down there for a bit of a fry up, coffee, recharge, a couple of sandwiches, that sort of thing.
It does seem like a quite nice little community. Everyone seems like they're proper into it, and
we're friendly. Like I said, we're characters welcome.
Characters. All right. Well, thanks very much, mate.
Cheers. All the best. Thank you.
All the best, man. Bye. Thanks very much.